We always try and do a last-minute kind of carve along. If it's now Monday, if you don't know how to carve a turkey by this Thursday, this is a great tutorial. It's just an efficient way to break down a turkey. Before we get into that, let me say I never cook whole turkeys like this. Turkey in its form as it comes to you out of the package or the fresh bird that you buy. I always make 2 turkeys, so one can go to the table and be plattered, 2 small birds. And I always spatchcock them. In other words, you remove the backbone of the bird. Whether it's a turkey or a chicken, if you take out the backbone, the spine, if you just cut along each side with poultry shears or a cleaver or a large chef's knife with a good sharp blade, before you roast it, and make the bird flat, it'll have a quicker cooking time. I cook a 14-pound turkey in just about 2 hours, so you can sleep a lot later. And it's the only way you can evenly cook dark meat and white meat. If you work in restaurants, the dark meat is placed on one tray, all the white meat is placed on another tray because they have different cooking times, even when they're separated. If you cook your turkey as a whole turkey, same thing with chickens. I always clip off all of the wing, or at least the tips of the wings. I put those with the giblets and with the neck, and you cook those with caramelized vegetable and water, and that makes a little concentrated mini pot of stock to add to your drippings or your base gravy. So snip those off. Those are just gonna get too crispy on the bird. Then you can either start with the white meat or the dark meat. This is the breastbone. You're going to go as close as you can to bone. You must use a sharp, sharp knife, and you're going to remove the entire breast. So you cut as close as you can to the bone, all the way down and away from the bone. And as you're doing that, you're going to pull away from that bone so you can cut the whole breast off and get that sucker right off of there in its entirety. Swirl around that wing, and your knife knows the difference between the meat and the bone. As soon as it hits bone, you just start pulling away, that's all. Then you're going to take that, and instead of carving like this, like thin slices up and down, you cut across into nice fat chunks. Everybody gets skin, not just one guy or one girl, not whoever has the longest arm. Everybody gets a little bit of that crispy, beautiful skin, and it just plates up much prettier. Okay? Then you take your breast, boom, onto platter. Okay, then when it gets to the dark meat, all you're doing when you are cutting a raw or cooked piece of poultry, all you're doing is looking for joints and separating joints from bone. So if you think about it, if you think about where your elbow is, right, there's a little space there where the joints connect. So you pull this guy off, you rip off a piece of that leg, right, and now you just want to get where that joint meets. You can feel it with your thumb. I mean, this looks gross, but I'm just trying to get in here to show you guys the point. See, that's where nature wants you to cut that, is between the joint. So you're just cutting that into 2 pieces. My husband only likes thigh or leg. Now for me, I start with just cleaning off the breast. There's your little oysters down here. You can pull off all of your big, beautiful pieces of dark meat and flesh, but I really just take off the stuff that looks pretty on the platter, and I save this for the turkey soup and the turkey chili and the turkey stock. Then the bones themselves, once you get this picked clean, all these little snibbly bits, once you pick this clean for your chili and all that, I put that in one baggie and save that. The bones themselves, you can throw in the oven and toast them again and caramelize some vegetables. Throw the toasty bones into the big pan with all your roasty vegetables and make turkey stock and freeze it, and you have it for soups and stews and chilies all winter long. Now, my mom does love the wing itself, so I do cook this part, but it's really gross because once she gets all the meat off, she sucks on this bone. So this never sees the light of day. I never put that on the plate because I didn't want to see that. I give that a little baggie and send that home. Anyway, that's the basics, and happy Thanksgiving, gobble gobble.